I want to introduce you to two amazing people, and they are key playmakers to my give back strategy. This is Hannah and Lisa, the co-founders of the nonprofit called bluePrint. They approached me with their entire concept back in New York City, and I was blown away. They help nonprofits become self-sustaining, aka they help nonprofits spend less time fundraising and spend more time helping people. When I told them about the Bayside H.O.Y.A.S, they were more than ready to make this happen.
Well, the bluePrint model has always been to identify grassroots nonprofits. And what is a grassroots nonprofit? It's a nonprofit that does what they can with what they have. And what we find is that these nonprofits don't have much, and they still are able to do bigger things than many nonprofits at a national level trying to infiltrate these same communities. What's important is that, again, that idea of doing what you can with what you have. With Mr. Queen, it's fascinating how much he's been able to impact the community that goes far beyond, dollar amount. It's just relationships. I mean, that's the key point, is that, impact he doesn't define impact as a dollar amount. Impact to him is, how do I change the trajectory of your life, right? That is impact. And sometimes when you're working in those, when you're working with that purpose in mind, you do touch little lives, but you make the biggest impact in that one life.
Man, Queen's been here with me for a long time, helping with my grades and everything. We have the community help. They like us, we love them. Everything. See? That's what we do.
Mix. It ain't been right since he touched it. This joint is. Well, what? Man, you wash your face, all that's falling in the sink. That's falling in the sink. That's all dirt.
Young youth that we deal with, we told them whatever you want to be, no matter how good or how bad you think it is, we're going to support that. And we start getting a lot of productive young men. We got about 6 or 7 kids who are in college at this point. Manny Camper, Damon Collis, Kay Donnelly, Kayshawn Tomlinson. And we got a lot of kids who are going to graduate this year that's going to go to college. So that's always something we try to hang our hats on and be proud about, that we took a bunch of youth who didn't think about college, didn't think about giving back to the community, didn't think about respect, didn't think about how they conducted themselves, to change their mind and have them be aware of their surroundings and be aware of their effects and consequences to their actions and their judgment. It's more than a program. It's turned into a family where kids come over, eat at my house, they go to Paul's house, Pierre's house, Melvin's house, and we become a real family. So the first time, well, not even the first time I met Young Swag. I remember back before he was Young Swag and he was just Tyshawn to us.
Hey, what's up, Rocky? I see you, bro. Proceed.
Uppercuts, baby. Rocky Balboa.
We in here.
Huh?
We in here. Kent County. We in here.
Yeah.
He was always a guy that I tried to recruit for my basketball team because it was something about him that drew me to his personality. It was the it factor that he had. We now know today that it factor was being an entertainer. But back then, he had a real nice jump shot.
Okay, go on, Mr. Queen. What was you saying?
He shot a real nice tray ball from behind the line, and I needed kids who weren't afraid to be in a position of shooting. So that's when I really started paying attention to him. I always used to try to get him involved with things with the H.O.Y.A.
You have to kick him off.
Don't miss that. Don't miss, yo.
Yeah, you gotta kick him off, man. Look, they're gonna call in the vet probably next to replace him. They don't have to.
Same spot.
It always come down to calling
Same
queens,
spot.
man. That's what it's
Stop
going.
cheating. What are you cheating for?
No
man?
bull. He
He's
gotta
not-
cheat. He can't even.
Yeah. Don't miss. Yeah, there you go. That's where you messed up at. That's where you messed up. Yo, he's cheating though, man. Yo, he's cheating though, yo. Nope. That's not like a game of basketball. Come on, man.
What? Y'all doubted I win? Okay, back to the story.
can't mess with that 3, man. I'm an entertainer. Yvng swag, young, valuable, and gifted from Kent County, Maryland. Well, the H.O.Y.A.S always been giving back in the community, so that was something that always was going to be in mind to help them out in any way I could, because they're doing a lot for the youth, and the youth is who I really care about. You know, they're the future.
So he's always been around the program, and the program has always not just watched what he do, we watch what all youth do, but when he kind of blew up, we started looking like, wow, that's impressive that a kid can come from this county where it's not a lot of people who make it. A lot of people leave and never come back. A lot of people 15, 16, 17 years of age say, I can't wait to get out of here. And I'm pretty sure Swag had those thoughts in his head coming up, but to see him blow up to the way he has and come back to this community, it means a lot to a lot of us. It means a lot to people who are in the community helping youth and helping people trying to be the best they can be, that he would take time out from being famous and all the stardom that come with being on Nickelodeon and MTV and come back to the community.
The new 106.9 WCTR gets the greatest hits of all time with more and less in the morning. Brian Moore.
And Leslie C. And joining us this morning, a guest that's been here several times and a guest that's never been here. We're so excited. John Queen, welcome back.
Yes, hey, listen, I miss y'all. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now.
I miss you.
I miss y'all.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank y'all for having me up here today as well.
We are so excited to have you. And joining us this morning, Young Swag. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
That's
And we are
good.
here to talk about some very important things. So I'm going to just kind of get out of the way and let you talk about the good work that you're doing, a new nonprofit that you're associated with. And I kind of, from what I've read, is kind of the anti-nonprofit.
Yes.
They're doing things a different way. They're doing things a more up to tempo, up to modern way, and
Yes.
it's making a difference. So tell us more about bluePrint and tell us about some of the things you've got planned.
So, bluePrint is the nonprofit, and I actually want to say I think is next generation bluePrint, where their initiative, and I don't want to get it wrong, but is working with the influences of the culture, the entertainment culture, whether it's athletes, whether it's entertainers and musicians like Young Swag. But what they do, from my understanding, is when they work with this entertainer or this influence of the culture, they also want to know about that influence of person's roots, where they're from, nonprofits that help out in the community, and then they come and support the nonprofit that this influencer or entertainment or entertainer supports. So Young Swag, fortunately, and once again, he knows I'm very grateful for this. He shouted out to Bayside H.O.Y.A.S and said, I have a nonprofit that we can work with. It's a nonprofit from where I'm from. It's a nonprofit that's doing a lot of great things in the community. And he gave the Bayside H.O.Y.A.S name, so we forever grateful to even have.
I love this because it represents, covering the home bases first.
Yes.
It's a return for you of sorts. Mm-hmm.